Have you ever felt that despite everything you share with others, there's a part of you that never feels fully understood? That feeling of constantly seeking connection, acceptance, or even answers outside of yourself, but in the end, it leaves you empty. And then, when you realize that no matter how much you open up, you don't find the peace you long for, you may be experiencing a truth many people overlook: not everything should be shared. There are secrets, parts of you, that, if kept, will empower you. There are personal truths that are not only valuable but are meant to be just for you. If you stay with me until the end of this video, I'll show you 5 things a truly awakened person, someone who has started to see the world through new eyes, should never reveal. 5 secrets that, if kept within you, will not only protect your energy but will transform your life in ways you can't even imagine. Before we continue, let me warn you about something: this knowledge is not for everyone. What you're about to discover has the power to change your life radically. Because, as you'll see, there are invisible forces that influence everything we say and do. Oversharing, at the wrong time and with the wrong people, can be an obstacle to your personal and spiritual growth. Without realizing it, you may be sabotaging your own evolution. By the end of this video, you'll have learned how to protect those parts of yourself that are essential to keep your energy safe and live in alignment with the laws of the universe. Most importantly, you will have begun a journey toward a more authentic and powerful version of yourself. But before we dive into the main topic, I want to tell you a story. This is the story of Marcos, a man who, like you, felt lost in the midst of his own life. It was a morning like any other. Marcos woke up early. The sound of the alarm signaled the start of another day in his routine. As always, he checked his phone, took a quick look at social media, and replied to a few messages. He didn't have much time for breakfast, so he rushed out of the house and headed to work. But something had changed in him over the past few months. Marcos began to feel an inexplicable emptiness. His life, which once seemed full of goals and objectives, now made no sense. He felt that, despite everything he did and shared with others, he couldn't find the inner peace he was seeking so desperately. It was as if he was always waiting for something, a sign, a word, something that would reconnect him with his essence. But that something never came. Marcos used to share everything with his friends, his plans, his emotions, his concerns. He thought that by doing this, he would find support, understanding, and that it would help him feel better. However, what he received in return were empty advice or, worse, judgment. Over time, Marcos realized that the more he shared about himself, the less control he had over his life. It was as if, by opening up so much, he was losing his personal power. One day, while browsing the internet, Marcos came across a video that caught his attention. It talked about energies, about how everything we do, say, or think affects our reality. It explained how there are things we should keep to ourselves if we want to protect our energy and maintain control over our lives. Marcos decided to put this into practice. He stopped sharing certain aspects of his life with others, kept his plans to himself, and stopped talking about his personal problems. More importantly, he began working on his personal growth in silence. What happened next was extraordinary. Marcos felt that his life began to change in ways he couldn't explain. Everything started to flow more naturally, and for the first time in a long while, he felt like he had complete control over his destiny. Now, you too can experience this change. It all starts with knowing what you shouldn't share. Because when you keep certain things to yourself, you not only protect your energy, but you allow the universe to work with you in harmony. Next, I'll tell you what these 5 things are that a wise awakened one should never reveal. Pay close attention, because each one has a profound impact on your life, more than you can imagine. First thing, your most ambitious plans. This is one of the most common mistakes we make. We have big dreams, goals that excite us, and as soon as we visualize them, we feel the need to share them with others. We think that by doing so, we'll feel more supported, that others will help us stay focused, or that their opinions will guide us in the right direction. But the truth is, when you share your plans before they come to fruition, you expose your energy to interference. The world is full of contradictory energies, and not everyone around you is in sync with your goals. Even those who seem to support you may, unintentionally, project fears or envy that energetically interfere with the manifestation process. Dreams are delicate seeds that need to grow in the silence of your mind and heart. Only when they have strong and deep roots should you share them. When you work in silence, you allow the universe to guide you without external interference. Imagine you're building a house. If every day you let anyone come in to see the foundations, comment on the structure, or the materials, soon you'll find that every comment and opinion affects your original vision. In the end, the house might not be what you envisioned. The same goes for your plans. The more you protect them, the more aligned they will be with your true purpose. Keep your dreams and goals private until they're ready to see the light. Second thing, your emotional vulnerabilities. We all have moments when we feel vulnerable, when our emotions seem overwhelming. In those moments, it's natural to seek support from others, to talk about our fears, insecurities, in the hope that someone will offer us comfort. But did you know that sharing your weaknesses can make you even more vulnerable? Not only emotionally but also energetically. Emotions are energy. And when you share your most difficult moments with the wrong people, you may be opening the door to external influences that are not always beneficial. There are people who, even without intending to, can feed your fears or insecurities simply with their own energy. Moreover, not everyone has the ability to truly understand or help you in the way you need. Instead of exposing yourself, learn to manage your emotions internally. Emotional strength doesn't mean not feeling but knowing when and with whom to share what you feel. Maintaining control over your emotions allows you to process them more consciously, and instead of seeking external validation, you learn to find it within yourself. Third thing, the altruistic acts you perform. We live in a society where we often feel the need to showcase our good deeds, to share what we do for others to gain recognition or approval. But a truly awakened person knows that altruism doesn't need publicity. When you do good without expecting anything in return, without needing others to know, your energy aligns with the purest forces of the universe. The real value of an altruistic act lies in the pure intention, in the genuine desire to help without expecting a reward. By not talking about your actions, you allow the universe to reward you in ways you can't even imagine. The laws of karma are powerful, and the good you do, even without sharing it, will come back to you multiplied. Remember, you don't need others' recognition to know you did the right thing. What truly matters is that you acted from the heart, and that's what counts. Fourth thing, your personal or family problems. Personal and family relationships are one of the most sacred aspects of our lives. And sometimes, in the search for comfort or advice, we fall into the trap of sharing our problems with friends or acquaintances. But each time we do this, we are allowing external energies to enter our most intimate space. By discussing your personal or family problems with people who are not directly involved, you open the door to interpretations, judgments, and worse, to the influence of energies that are not aligned with the solution you truly need. Not everyone has the ability to understand the depth of our family bonds. By sharing intimate details of your relationships, you often expose yourself to opinions that can create more confusion. For example, imagine you have a conflict with a loved one. Maybe it's something complicated, a misunderstanding, or an emotional argument. If you share this problem with others, you're allowing their perceptions and judgments into your situation. Some may advise from a place of love, but others, unknowingly, may project their own traumas or biases, complicating things further. An awakened person understands that personal and family matters should be resolved through introspection, love, and mutual understanding. You don't need the world to know the details of your problems to find a solution. Sometimes, silence and internal reflection are the best tools for restoring peace. The more you protect this intimate space, the more harmony you create around you. Fifth thing, your next spiritual or personal growth steps. The path to personal and spiritual growth is unique to each of us. Not everyone around us is at the same stage of evolution, and this is something we must accept with humility and wisdom. When we share with others our spiritual advances or the new paths we are exploring, we may encounter misunderstanding, criticism, or worse, disdain. People who are not aligned with your spiritual frequency may project their doubts or fears onto you, causing you to question your own path. This doesn't mean they do it with bad intentions, but simply that they are not in the same place as you, and their perception is limited by their own beliefs and experiences. Sharing your next spiritual steps with those who don't understand your process can slow down your progress, as you expose yourself to energy that is not in sync with your intentions. That's why an awakened one chooses to keep their spiritual advances to themselves until they feel strong and confident enough to share them. Personal growth is a deep, often silent process that must be respected and protected. As you progress on your path, you'll realize that you don't need validation from others. The universe will guide you and show you the way in ways only you can understand. Remember, spiritual growth is not a competition, nor an achievement that needs to be displayed. It's a personal journey toward a greater understanding of yourself and your connection with the universe. Keep this process sacred and private, and you'll see how your energy aligns more and more with the laws of the universe. Now that we've gone over these 5 things a wise awakened one should never reveal, I want you to take a moment to reflect. How many times have you shared your dreams, emotions, or problems with people who were not aligned with you? How many times did you feel that by opening up, you lost a part of your energy? Don't worry, you're not alone in this. We've all gone through this at some point. But the good news is that now you have the opportunity to change that, to protect your energy, and to live in alignment with the laws of the universe. Now that you have this opportunity to change and protect your energy, the most important thing is to apply these lessons in your daily life. Remember, it's not about isolating yourself from the world or distrusting people. It's about discerning which aspects of your life should be shared and which should be kept within. What happens when you start following these 5 rules? The first thing you'll notice is a sense of inner power. You will no longer depend on external validation to feel secure in yourself or your decisions. By keeping your plans, emotions, and problems within, you give yourself the opportunity to process them more consciously and make decisions from a place of peace, rather than impulsive reactions. This inner power is what allows you to manifest your desires with more clarity and precision, because there will be no external energies interfering with your process. You'll be amazed to see how things begin to align, how opportunities come to you effortlessly, and how, little by little, you feel more connected to your life purpose. Moreover, you'll begin to notice a greater connection with the universe. The laws of the universe work in perfect harmony when we are in tune with our true essence. By protecting your energy and intentions, you allow the universe to work with you more fluidly. Your dreams will start to materialize more naturally, without the resistance that arises when we overshare. You'll also see an improvement in your relationships. When you stop sharing your personal and emotional problems with those who aren't prepared to understand them, you create a space of respect and self-love. This doesn't mean you'll distance yourself from the people you love, but that you'll learn to wisely choose whom to entrust your energy to. The relationships that truly matter will begin to flourish, because now you'll be interacting from a place of balance and inner strength. Paradoxically, by sharing less, you'll start to feel more connected with others, because you'll be interacting from a place of authenticity. Finally, I invite you to reflect on your own path. These 5 things we discussed today are just the beginning. The real work starts when you decide to apply them in your daily life. It's not easy, I know. We live in a world that constantly encourages us to share, expose ourselves, and seek approval. But I promise you, if you follow these principles, you'll begin to experience a profound shift in your life. When you protect what is most sacred within you, you begin to live in a more aligned, more authentic, and more peaceful way with yourself. So, what happens when you start following these 5 rules? You become the true creator of your reality. And when you live from this place of inner power, the universe always responds positively. If you've made it this far, I congratulate you. You are one of the few people who have the ability to maintain this level of focus. To let me know you've reached the end, comment, "I am awakened," and I'll personally greet you in the comments.